Missed Tuesday's show? Here's the recap, presented by Honda.
Let's get into it here. What's happening in Lakerdom this morning?
Standings speak for themselves. It's fascinating to see LeBron go from east to west and to struggle so mightily to get into the playoffs. And I think for him individually, it matters because the optics are so bad. And this guy has been, at the top of the mountain or near it for 9 years now. And it's going to be an out-of-body experience potentially to be on the outside looking in and not be able to get into the top 8. So I'm not trying to pretend for a second that it doesn't matter for him. I just think that, it's a team game, and that's why it gets so tricky. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
What can you tell me, any insight as to what Philadelphia and the Phillies have been trying to sell Harper on?
Well, I think with the trades they made this year with Gene Segura and JT Realmuto, they solidified their shortstop position. They solidified their catching position. They have Aaron Nola, of course, Jake Arrieta, and some really good young arms. And you have a chance to stick it to your old team 18 times, 19 times a year. At some point, Bryce going to have to make a decision and get to it, because the last thing you want is to sign a big contract and then, especially in Philly, and struggle the first month because you're trying to get your timing because you missed so much spring training. Not that they'll let you hear it, but Rich, they'll let you hear it.
The best thing that happens to guys like ourselves who make money talking about the NFL draft is Kyler Murray, because this was a boring draft until he got in it. For me, whether it's on my own podcast or when I come do radio shows with other people, that's all we've talked about for 2 months is the mystique of Kyler Murray. And Kyler Murray is the domino we're waiting to see fall. The rest of the draft is usually pretty easy to figure out in the first 5 or 6 picks. But he has made it interesting this year, where I don't think it's crazy to see in Arizona or Oakland say, hey, this guy can get us somewhere that Derek Carr can't or Josh Rosen won't. So let's start over, especially if you're Arizona. If you're going to hire Cliff Kingsbury, you got to let him run his offense. I don't know if Josh Rosen's that guy.
I heard in the green room that
Yes.
we had pilots up at TBS at the same time.
We were dueling pilots.
I can't believe it. I'm so sorry. There's like
okay,
this.
Pete.
No, I know. I'm not sorry for you. I'm sorry for all of us. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make it sports themed. You can put your shoulder into the arm bag. You can run drills and squats.
Yeah, right.
You can play quarters and heads, and then the kick for the punt and the fumble. I know you know how to do a blitz.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying.
Yes, you do.
I interviewed him, Unibrow. I interviewed Unibrow on my show.
You're seeing Anthony Davis on our photo montage. So the show that got made and put on the air by TBS to put on after Conan instead of mine, which would have made my dreams come true.
I hear you. I interviewed people you would have cared about, people that you would have been like, and I didn't give a flying crap.
For more Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Rich Eisen Show app.